All right, friends, so we are ready to spend some more time working on our Picasso-inspired Frankenstein. Today we are going to start working on some of the details of our Frankenstein. We will have some scrap paper, we'll have some extra green, some white, and some black paper that you can use today. And I'm actually going to start with the white paper. So we're going to use this white paper to do a few things. We're going to use the white paper for his eyes, and then we're also going to save the scraps and use some of that for his teeth. So when we're thinking about making Frankenstein's eyes, remember that we are doing it in the style of Pablo Picasso, and Pablo Picasso's style was very wacky. So one eye might be looking one direction, one eye might be looking a separate direction. They might be different shapes, they might be different sizes, they might be in different places on the face. So keep that in mind as you are working on your details today. So I'm going to start with my eye, and I'm going to do one eye that is really big. Once I draw it, I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. And it doesn't have to be a perfect circle or a perfect oval because, again, Picasso's style was very different and uneven, so we're not looking for it to be a really perfect circle. So I might have one eye here, and then maybe his next eye I'm going to do an oval, but I'm going to place it horizontally instead of vertically. So I'm going to take this, we're going to cut it out. And what I'd like to do is just place all of our details onto our head. And I'm going to make them I'm going to switch these. I think this one will be better over there, and this one will be better over here. This is a little bit wider, so I think my horizontal eye should go there. So you could have one up high, one down low, one could be kind of crooked like this. And I'm going to take a black scrap of paper, and I'm just going to cut a circle out, and this is going to be the pupil of my Frankenstein eye here. And maybe I'll cut another circle, this one a little bit smaller. And that one could go like that. So now it's really starting to look like Picasso's Frankenstein already. So once we have that on, I'm going to use my black paper here, and I'm going to make some eyebrows. And this is where we're going to be practicing zigzag lines. You can draw the eyebrow first. So I'm going to make a straight line at the bottom, and then a zigzag across the top for one eyebrow. And my next eyebrow, I'm going to do the same thing, but I think I'm going to make it quite a bit bigger. Oops. Like this. So I will go ahead and cut out these eyebrows. And again, we're practicing those zigzag cuts with this portion. One cut out. I'm going to go ahead and pause my video, cut out the next one, and pick up where we can. Okay, so I have both of my eyebrows cut out, and I'm going to put one over this eye and one over this eye. Now, notice how the directions of the eyebrows really change the look of your Frankenstein. So if his eyebrows are tilted at a diagonal in towards his nose, then he really gets an angry look. But if I turn his eyebrows out to the side this way, his look changes and he looks kind of more confused or concerned. You could put your eyebrows straight across if you wanted, and that just gives him a more normal, serious look. Now, I kind of like my Frankenstein's eyebrows to be at that angle to make him look very serious and angry, so I would put those that way. Now, next thing we can do, I'm going to take a scrap of my paper here. I'm going to cut a big circle out of this area, and this is going to be a mouth. And again, it does not need to be a perfect circle. If you want to draw it first before you cut, that's totally fine. You could put his mouth here in the center. If you're wanting something a little more expressive, like Picasso's, you could put it off to the side in one direction. I think that kind of looks, I like the way that looks. So I would put that right there. I'm going to use the scraps of my white paper to make some triangles, and these are going to be his teeth that I will glue into his mouth. So you could make as many teeth as you want. Let's see, that's 3. I'll do one more. Okay. So now that I have some of these details on, I'm going to go ahead and start gluing them down so that they don't fall off or get blown away. So I will put an eyebrow here. And again, always just using baby dots of glue. We should never have big puddles, and that's really important on small pieces like what we're gluing here. His eyes and his eyebrows, those little bitty pieces really just need a tiny bit of glue. So I'm going to glue that on here. And then I can get that off. There we go. Put a couple baby dots of glue on there. So my Frankenstein is really starting to look pretty good. I'm very happy with his very expressive face. His face is showing a lot of emotion here, which I like. Whoops, my glue is overflowing. Okay, let's go ahead and just put a little smidge of glue there. And I think I want his teeth to be here. Oops. And you can see how every little detail that we add just makes him look better and better. So we are going to be focusing on his eyes and his mouth today, and we will start adding a few more details to him the next time we come as well. Okay, so that's looking pretty good so far. If we have time today, I will also give you a scrap of green paper that you can use to make his ears. And really, you can make his ears of whatever shape you want. I'm just going to make a curved line or a half circle, and you could put one on this side. And then on this next one, I think I'm going to make it actually really long but narrow. Because again, we don't want it to be exactly the same on each side, because Picasso's paintings were always very different. So that is giving us a really good start. Now, if you have time today, you can use some of your extra scraps to add other details. We will be adding some hair, we will be adding some bolts to our Frankenstein, and maybe even some lines with scars to make it really look like Frankenstein. But we will get onto those things next time. So today our goal is eyes, eyebrows, mouth, teeth, and ears if we have time.